glamour, ladies and gentlemen. When I saw the topic first on new technologies like cloud and virtualization, I guess by now the myth is dispelled that it's no more new. The way Madam Renu Buddhiraja began with the cloud initiatives in the government side and the clarity of thought that exists, and I would fully agree with what Mr. Bhaskar Pramanik just said, that the government is much ahead of the private sector in terms of thought and in terms of leadership in this area, to adopting something which really suits what is the need of the hour today. So what I thought I would do is, I'm glad it is flowing in this direction where Madam set the stage and Mr. Pramanik then came in and gave the complete vision of what is a private, public, and what are the recommendations for the government. I thought I would take a different route where I will show you what is already done, what one of the panel members incidentally here has already achieved, Shri Rajesh Agarwal ji, in the form of implementing a cloud in Maharashtra. And I will take you through some of the details of what has already been done and how it's kind of come out, which will help you appreciate what is the value that cloud can bring in into the functioning. A brief introduction to VMWARE. We are not as ubiquitous as some of the larger software companies, so just one slide on our company. So we have 15,000 employees globally, 5 lakh plus customers. We own lion's share in the virtualization market, which gives us a very good positioning in the cloud side as well. We are about $5.2 billion in revenue, and we have a very, very large R&D presence right here in India, in Bangalore. With that, I'll quickly move to the presentation. The bedrock of cloud, as far as many of these technologies that we are talking about, is virtualization. This is the bedrock which helps you expand and collapse your infrastructure as need be. For very long, we have recommended that virtualization is the first step to cloud computing, and you can see here why. We have almost avoided costs, including projected figures for the next few years, close to almost $4 billion in India alone. And when I'm talking about costs, I'm talking about the amount of servers that you need to deliver your applications, the amount of power and cooling that you save with technologies like virtualization, the amount of floor space that is saved in the data center, and also admin costs. So if you look at the Indian economy and the amount of money that, this is an IDC study, that is saved by technologies like just virtualization, cloud is a step beyond that. We are talking about almost $4 billion in savings. Going to the MahaGov Cloud, this was an initiative by DIT Maharashtra to provide infrastructure as a service, software as a service, platform as a service to facilitate various state departments in their e-governance initiatives. So some of the products of VMware have been used in it, but I will go through further details. So for some of you who are interested in the various departments that are using, I put it here so that you can relate to some of the departments that are already using the cloud in Maharashtra. You can see that there are departments that vary from education to public health, to MADA, which is a real estate department in Mumbai, to textiles, to tribal. You can see the wide range of departments where the cloud is offering its services. So actually we began this journey in 2011. I put this slide up so that you can see that it doesn't take very long to actually set up a cloud. It happens pretty quickly. So we began discussions with Shri Rajesh Agarwal ji in December of 2011, and by June 2012 it was a fully commissioned cloud that is running in the state government of Maharashtra. I put this up so that you get an idea of, we have been talking about how to itemize various products in the cloud, how do you kind of charge, how do you cross-charge. This has already been achieved. This is a successful model that is already running. There is a rate charge which is on a public side, which kind of brings in a huge amount of transparency into costs and the way you deliver ID in the cloud. So this kind of gives you an idea that this is the monthly rates that are applicable for infrastructure as a service in the government of Maharashtra, which various departments can subscribe to. So one is the process of going through tenders and acquiring a lot of services. The second is a very simple and transparent mechanism. You have a rate card, it's almost like a menu list in a restaurant. You choose what you want to, and you have it available as a service to you. And many of these are infrastructure components can be extended to software as a service or platform as a service as well. If some of you want to know some of the details of what lies in there. There are almost 512 cores that are running there, all x86 of course. There are about 473 virtual machines as part of the cloud, and there are some other details of storage, etc. that are part of the cloud. And more importantly, what cloud has brought in here is the ability to manage everything from a single straightforward console. So in short, we are delivering IT as a service and the ability to simplify IT using the cloud infrastructure here. If you look at the total cost of ownership that has been achieved in this project already, you can see on the left hand side we have the physical, and then on the right hand side the virtual. There is a huge saving in terms of cost. So first of all, virtualization brings in a lion's share of those savings as you virtualize servers from physical to virtual, followed by some of the advantages of taking automation of the cloud in terms of delivering self-service, etc. would bring the cost down further for some of the components which are there. So in short, there is an advantage in terms of manageability that has been spoken about. There is an advantage in terms of scale that has already been spoken about. Here I'm quantifying the cost advantage as well for the cloud. So we have this quote from Rajesh Agarwalji. This is not by design. Only a couple of hours before I knew he is on the panel here. So, but coincidentally, it's in the press as well that you can see that there is a huge amount of saving that has been achieved by using the cloud in Maharashtra. Also, interestingly, what has been achieved is having a chargeback model. So one is to deliver services, but the second is to measure and quantify these services and charge various departments based on the usage. I would say again here, the government, especially the Maharashtra government here, is much ahead because this has been achieved quite some time back using a chargeback model. So there are bills being produced to various departments based on their usage. So they could use, it's almost metered like you're metering electricity in our houses, and the bills are being produced based on the usage there. This is just a sample of one of the bills that has been produced for the animal husbandry department. You can see that it is almost a chargeback model that is completely operational in production today. And also, when you look at the cloud, look at everything as a service. We are trying to simplify the whole delivery of IT here. We are trying to simplify it to achieve scale. We are trying to simplify it to achieve flexibility and to align with the needs of the government. So here you can see that as we are moving to newer services like talk about analytics, that is being delivered, again is being delivered through the cloud. So you can deliver today a desktop as a service, you can deliver even a load balancer as a service. So instead of going behind various infrastructure components and creating complexity in your data centers, you can simplify all these things to achieve a service-oriented model using the cloud. These are some of the awards that the implementation has already won. I'm sure Rajesh Agarwalji will talk more about it when he speaks, but these are already in the press, and quite a bit of awards have already been won by this implementation. For some of you who are keen to know what were the building blocks, the bedrock of it, of course, was the virtualization software, followed by the metering software that helps us meter the various departments. We automated the entire provisioning. Virtualization doesn't automate a lot of pieces, but gives you the flexibility in your infrastructure, but we went beyond that to automate the provisioning as well, so that you have a self-service menu by which you can deliver all the services, and we help monitor everything from a single pane of glass for the Government of Maharashtra. So I just wanted to keep it brief, just to give you a flavor of what's a real life cloud implementation like with real benefits. Thank you for patiently.